Hey everybody, Jason Hodge here with another video on day number 8 of the video challenge for the Think to Succeed Mastermind group. Well, today we're talking about books that have impacted our lives. And don't know if I'm breathing too hard in that mic. Um, I talked about Nehemiah in the last video. This one, I wanted to talk about another book that is very near and dear to my heart, and I'll tell you why. Mainly because I had an experience similar. Not in the whole sense, on the whole scope of it, but I did experience something very similar to this, and this is the book of Job. And inside the book of Job, Job, he was a righteous man and all of that. I can't say that I'm as righteous as Job was, right? So we won't go there. But what I will say is that as I was going through my own health challenge and it got as bad as it did, as I read the things in Job, and granted, I wasn't reading Job at the time, I had read Job prior to going through that experience, more than one time. And I realized, I said, wow, if Job was experiencing anywhere near as close as what I was experiencing or more, I really felt for the guy. I was like, wow, okay, because I know I went through it when I was going through my health challenges. And a lot of the things that were described in Job, I mean, I was experiencing those things in pretty much as graphic or close to as graphic detail, right? And so very trying time. And I thought that here it is, this man who went through all of these things, and how his friends ridiculed him and all of that, and uh, he had to come to terms with himself and with Yahweh, and at a certain point, when he finally was crying out to the Lord, right, and he was basically talking about, like who he was and this, that, and the other, and then Yahweh began to speak to him, and he's like, okay, so where were you when I laid the foundations of the world, and where were you when I, put all of these things in motion, and like, did I consult you for this and that and the other? And Job had to come to terms with himself, and his shortcomings and the areas that he had his deficits, the areas where he didn't trust the Creator for all of the things that, were going on in his life. I mean, he had to really just kind of get back down to basics, down to the nuts and bolts, ground zero of his own life. And I was there. I had to get to ground zero of my own life and really renegotiate how I saw things, the way that I viewed things, and the negative emotions and things like that that I held on to, and what I was ultimately going to do with all of this stuff. Was I going to allow that to keep me from moving forward in life, or was I going to say, hey, you know what? I can see where I messed up here. I can see, my shortcomings here, and now I need to move on. I need to, step outside of the little confined unit that I had myself in, and really stretch out for life. So, Job to me is a book of definite reality. I mean, I relate to that book in so many ways, and so I would say that definitely it's a life impacting and changing book for me. Another thing is that when I read it before, I never would have thought that I would end up being able to relate on such a visceral level. But something happens when you get to a near death experience. Something happens when you, at least for me, seeing your life drain away from you and not wanting that to be the reality. So I would say that, you know, going through that book and seeing, all of those chapters of how he just kind of spiraled down and how he had to come to his own resolve, that to me, it has a whole different meaning to me right now. The layers that that book uncovers in life, and if we were all to look at it, you don't have to go through a near death experience to really, get it if you really just kind of sit with it and understand the principles of what that book is talking about in life. You don't have to be a Christian, a Hebrew, or anything like that. You know, the principles in the book are what are major important because they have some deep life lessons, deep rooted spiritual, mental, social, emotional lessons that you can take away from it. So yeah, excellent book. Hey, if you are looking for a way to get outside of your comfort zone, to talk about the things that are just very real to you, and things that can help you not only grow in life, but step outside of your fears and to grow your business, to grow your community of connections with like-minded people, people who are about positive change, transformation, who are about making great strides in life from a global perspective, I would suggest very highly that you click the link below and get involved with the group that I'm involved with and stretch out, expand your horizons. Be extraordinary in your life because really that's what it's all about. It is about being extraordinary and being found by those who are supposed to find you, those who your voice is supposed to reach, those who you are supposed to talk to, those lives who you're supposed to change, to transform for the better. Go ahead, click that link, get involved, and it is not too late for you to get involved with the 30-day video challenge. We're only in day number 8 right now, so go ahead, stretch out, do something, grasp life, seize the moment. What's that word? Vive it. Anyway, whatever. I don't know how to say that that in Italian, whatever it is. But go ahead. Jason Hodge, keeping it real. I'll see you inside of the group. It's definitely a life changer. Trust me on this.